The start of a new adventure today. I'm finished with the Mark III today. I'm going to load up Ryan's Mercury. I'm going to back it onto the trailer and then back it up to the shop because you can't move. I can't drive this. The engine's completely full of gasoline, and I'm sorry about the wind again. There's like 40 to 60 mile an hour winds here again. You can see the trees. It is never, this is the worst I've had it here since I've been here. It is just never ending. So I'm going to put you up somewhere on the fence. I'm probably going to have to mute the sound a little bit because of this wind, but I'll sit you up on the fence, back up there on the fence, and let's winch this old girl up. battery died. Got to get battery and a jumper cable. Alright, let's see if we can get it up there. Battery's dead too, so that didn't do much good, but it's on there enough. I just want to drag it around and unload it. I've got another battery on the charger. Let's put this in park so it doesn't roll. Oh god, this damn wind, sick of it. Yeah, I'll do that. These gates open. As you guys can see, I'm limping again too. Plantar fasciitis is killing me. I've had the steroid shots in there and that's pretty painful. It just fixes it for about 6 months and then it just comes back again. There's some days where I can barely freaking walk. But like yesterday I was fine, today I can barely walk. In 2 or 3 days it just disappears and I'm fine again. It just, there's no warning or rhyme or reason to why I keep getting it. So I don't have insurance, so I can't get anything done about it really. So I'm just gonna pull the truck out into the road, then back up, and then I can drive in. Just gotta get the trailer straightened up. Okay, see if I can turn around. Sinuses are going crazy with all this wind and dust, pollen, and I'm bitching and moaning. It's all I do is bitch and moan. how the previous owner, I think maybe the second owner's probably put the wide gates here because they used to have a big RV as well, so they could turn it out instead of having to pull all the way out into the street before you can turn. You can turn as soon as you start coming out of those gates. It's nice. The whole property is fenced. That's good too with the dogs, because we do have some wildlife around here. Some big wildlife. There's been mountain lions photographed around here at night. Bears come down off the mountains. I know the bears have jumped that fence, no problem, but having multiple dogs kind of keeps them away. Gotta remember to grab that tarp as well. I gotta throw that over that 66 because all the windows are busted out of it. And monsoon season's not far away. It's only like 3 or 4 months away, and before I know it'll be here and I'll forget, and the car will be full of water. God, that Mercury, you guys don't have smell-o-vision. It is absolutely, the engine's absolutely full of gasoline, and he's pulled the fuel pump out and it's puking fuel everywhere and it stinks. Got to be careful here driving through those trees here, because I clipped my trailer on a tree last time. I had to get the porta power out and fix my fender. Yeah, I got to put a tarp on that white 66 there. It's a rough looking car, but it's actually a good solid car. There's hardly any rust on it. Okay, that should be enough room. Okay. The problem with driving this dually, I can't see the trailer at all because of the dually fenders. It's a pain trying to back this trailer up. All I want to do is just point it at the door. Yet. I'm going to pressure wash it while it's still on the trailer. Yeah, I'm stuck. Oh shit. There's a tree stump underneath my front. There it goes. I cut down 2 trees that were right in the middle of the yard a couple of years ago. The stump's still there. Just caught my front wheel, wouldn't let me go. Yeah, I'm going to pressure wash this car down. Pressure washer's still there from when it used it last. Just get some of this crap off here. It's missing a bit of trim. I know that trim's not correct. And I just noticed he's missing the piece off the back. Most of this is from my pine trees. It's all sap. So I'll give it a pressure wash. I'll just put you up on the tripod. It's actually a good looking front. I like that front. Because I had a 71. It's almost the same, but this bumper doesn't go all the way through. It stops here and just has a full grille. I like that loop bumper with the big marker lights underneath it. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Sorry. Right, get you on the tripod. I'm gonna close this door because even inside I've noticed with the camera it's so windy that you can still hear the wind noise inside, so get this door closed. Oh, freaking allergies. Get you set up on this tripod. the sunlight. Oh yeah. That's a little better, nice and clean. Not a bad engine bay actually. Engine looks original. Heater's been bypassed. I know he wants me to get the air conditioning working again, so it could be fun. See if it holds a vacuum, if it's got a leak or not, before I carry on. Got the equipment. Yeah, it's got all that sap off there. It was completely covered in tree sap. Too bad the headline is gone. Kind of like it. It's growing on me. Those tires are 21 and they're not that old. Should be able to still use those. That one's an oldie, 2010. I think they're all that old. I think I read the date wrong on the other one. I haven't got my glasses on. I'm having trouble looking. Yeah, I think it's due for tyres. It's got the wrong wheel covers on it. It should have a wheel cover very similar to those, but not as protruding, kind of a little flatter. That's the correct wheel covers for this. Those are late model. They're like mid-70s wheel covers. Alright, let me get into the garage. Frickin' wind. Look at that. See the dust devils. I know, dog. Come on, come in. Come on, inside. Come on, come inside. Hey, drying your eyes out, man. You got dry eyes? You got dry eyes? Daisy, come on. Hopefully I'll get it fit in here. Oh, out of that wind. We've got enough room. Get the trailer moved back to its spot. I was going to move those 3 Lincolns, but not in this frickin' weather. I want to put them over there. No, who's that? I think it's my friend from New Zealand calling. Problem is, if I answer it, he'll want to talk for 2 or 3 hours about everything. My best friend, I've known him for 40 plus years, but right now I can't talk because we'll be on the phone for hours and hours like 2 old hens. Oh, get the trailer backed into there. Supposed to be leaving this week or next week. I've lost the phone number for the guy that brought the Cadillacs off me. I want him out of here. He said he was going to pick them up in a couple of weeks or a month or so. It's been at least 6 months since he brought the damn things. I went through my phone, but I can't find the history. Oh. See if I can get this done. Let's back her up to the fence, so that way the gates don't swing open. I've got a chain on there, but the wind still has blown those gates open. I can't see the trailer. Oh. That's it. I just swept the garage out. Look at it, covered in shit again. Killing me. If you guys have never had it before, you want to know what it's like. It's like the back of your heel here got smacked with a sledgehammer. It's like broken bones. Broken a few bones in my life. So. Oh, it hurts so bad. Here's some F-16s flying over. It's a military base right there, just between here and those mountains. But there's also a fire tanker base there that I used to work for. Alright, God, this thing stinks. It stinks of fuel. I don't know how much is in there. We've got a container big enough to catch it all. Okay. I don't know if I don't know if Ryan ever brought the fuel pump or not. Let's see if there's anything in the trunk or in the back of the car. Is any boxes? Nope. Just antifreeze. Let's see what's in the trunk. Nothing. Empty. God, it's still got all the rubber matting in it. Pretty cool. This car's original. Black. It is original black car. Okay, so I got to get a shopping list. And if he's just let me get whatever it needs, I know he'll pay me back. I've known Ryan for 15. Oh, shit, my pants caught. 15, 17. I think, yeah, 16, 17 years I've known Ryan. Met him in town on a Friday night. We all hang out at Sonic every Friday night. He showed up in a 47 Studebaker. Absolute pile. Rust bucket. He just got it going. Yeah, it was funny at the time. He's pretty green with cars. All the knobs turned and he couldn't figure out how to turn on the headlights because he showed up in the daylight and he went home at night because he'd just driven it for the first time. So he's turning all the knobs and he couldn't get the headlights to work. I said, Ryan, you pull the knob out. Oh. Yeah, he's a good dude. Good friend. Good loyal friend. Same with my other friend, Chris Riffle. I've known him since 2004 or 5. I used to work for Chrysler and he was a Mopar guy too. I was at the time. He'd come in every day. I was a technician and then I got burnt out and I went to the parts department and he'd come in there every day picking my brains about parts and how to do this and how to do that. And we just became good friends. Yeah, him and I have done some wheeling and dealing and bartering and some awesome road trips. Flat towed a Porsche all the way from Phoenix back to here, 200 miles. Flat towed it behind my Cadillac. Then we got another Porsche out of Tucson. We flat towed that, and he was in the Porsche, and I didn't realize that there was a dead rat in there. Oh man, it stunk. Yeah, he was coughing and spluttering by the time we got home. Might as well peel all this roof off. Wonder if he wants me to do the same treatment on this roof. Just give it a black coating. Tidy it up a little bit. It was clear coated, all the clear coat's gone. There's only a couple of little pieces. I just pressure washed most of it off too. A little bit there. Now it's just a flat black car. There's still a bit of shine on that door. Obviously it's been repainted because they didn't clear coat back then. So I need a fuel pump, oil, filter. I have to check the brakes. Looks like it's got a new master cylinder on it. I'll check the brakes, Gonna need a battery. That battery's dead as a doornail. This is just going to be a shorter video. I'm just going to post this video of what this car needs, not while I'm not going to start working on it yet. I should give them a link to the, because I have a link to get the right hubcaps off eBay. There's a guy selling them on eBay. I saved the link because I had a wagon and they have the same hubcap, because these are hideous looking hubcaps. I can't sell them those, they're too hard to find. I know it looks like I've got a bunch of them, but that black car needs them, and there's 3 69s there that need the hubcaps too. One of them's got wire wheels on it, so I got another set of rims over there. But yeah, so I can't part with any of these hubcaps. I put a set on the white car, but I put the roughest set on there that was still complete, because some of these have got the vanes missing too. So but yeah, I can't spare any of those caps, so he's going to have to get some off eBay. They're not that expensive, like 20-30 bucks I think I paid for the ones on my wagon. So that's it. He thought this was a 2-barrel 429, but it's a factory 4-barrel car. Because it is the Brougham, so it should have the better engine in it. It is the N code. So it's a 429 4-barrel. Windshield's good, he doesn't have to replace that. I don't know how long he's owned this car. He didn't drive it for long because the fuel pump shit on him. When did he last drive this? 18, okay, 5 years ago. Yeah, he didn't even drive it for a year, and then he started, the fuel pump went out, and then he said he heard the engine start to knock, and he shut it down. Just putzing around with Ryan's car tonight. I just wanted to see if it would hold a vacuum. I did pressurize the system and it did hold. Just doing a couple of things before I start on Ryan's car. I wanted to see if the I could resurrect the AC system, and it's holding a vacuum. It's now 10 after 9 in the evening, and I vacuumed this down at about, I think it was like 2:30, 3 p.m. and it's still holding a good vacuum. So so the vacuum's working. I'm going to pressurize the system and then see if that holds as well. Because sometimes with a vacuum, I've noticed, like that car there, when I got it, the AC was leaking, and when I vacuumed it down, it held the vacuum perfectly, but when I pressurized it, this line was leaking. So what happens with a vacuum is it'll actually suck everything together, so nothing will leak. But as soon as you pressurize it, it wants to push that hose out, and that hose was leaking like a sieve on that car there. I do have a Freon sniffer. Like if I do charge it and there is a leak, I can go around and find the leak. It's like I know you guys have seen them. It's like a Geiger counter kind of thing. I think it's in here. This stuff, this thing here, sniffs out. I've got no batteries in it. I always take the batteries out, but yeah, you run this. This is how I found the leak in my car. You run it round, and it beeps like a friggin' Geiger counter, and it sniffs out the Freon. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, so I do have a sniffer if I need to find a leak. And they're cheap. Okay. It wasn't expensive. This is a Harbour Freight unit. I've had this probably 10 years. But I got the oil for it. We weren't sure how much it took, so I got 8 quarts. And filter. And a brand new battery. Brand new battery there. So, but I've got to do my little thing with the use this gas cap with a hose fitting, and like at about 5 or 10 pound on the air. Run this in here because I spoke to Ryan today and he said there's over half a tank of gas in here. So take that one off, put that one on, and just at a very low pressure because you don't want to blow the tank out. Just like at 5 or 10 pound, pressurize that. But first, get like a 5-gallon can or a couple of them and hook up the fuel line to a hose and into a can. That way you'll pressurize the system and blow it all into the can, because I told him if it had like a gallon in there we could probably wash it out with some fresh gas, but he said no, he remembers there was over half a tank of gas in it, so I'm gonna have to dump it, get all the gas out of there. So I've got the hose hooked up onto the fuel line into the 2 gas cans. I've got this set at 5 psi. Let's see how this goes. Nothing coming out yet. I may have to back blow it in case the socket is blocked up. Nothing coming out, in the back blow it. Whew, stinks. Lift the gas cap off so I can blow the air back into the tank. Just got a little blow gun. Needs more air, a little more pressure. I need a zip tie. Fuel tank's blocked up. I'm not hearing anything. The zip tie and the trigger on the blow gun. See if I can hear anything coming out. Yep, I hear air. There's nothing in there. Just blowing air. So let's hook this back up.
In their opening argument, lawyers for Harry claiming that from his mother's death onwards, as a schoolboy, in the army, through to his life as a young adult.
Okay. So turn that back down a little bit. air. There's nothing in the system. It's just blowing. I feel a bit of air pressure. So this car is empty. It's not full. So that's good. I'll just get the flashlight, see how this pump's held in. Which is bolted at the front. Yep, bolted on the front with a sliding adjuster. Okay, just a regular pump. So I'm going to get all this stuff here out of the way. Get the pump out of the way. Don't need to disconnect it. Just got to swing it out of there, so I can get to that fuel pump. I was hoping to just remove the power steering pump off this bracket, but I don't think, because it's a U-shaped bracket, kind of a horseshoe shape. I don't think there's enough room to swing that pump underneath it and back towards me, so I'm going to have to take the whole bracket off. It's bolted here in the back, one on the front, and then the adjuster on the bottom. So I'm going to take that whole bracket off. Just swing the whole thing out of the way, or even if I just drop it down into here, so I can get into that area there to get that fuel pump on. As mentioned earlier on, I was doing the AC. I did have to replace this valve. It was leaking. I've just got a 134 adapter on there because I don't have any R12 gauges, just 134. So I put an adapter on there. But yeah, the other one was leaking, so you'd shut it off and you could still hear it leaking out of there, so I stole one off another vehicle. So I just got I think they're 5/8 bolts. Might be 11/16. I think they are. They're big boys. So let me get the wrenches. The hardest one's going to be this back one here. There's not much room. Hope you can get a gear wrench on there and see how much room I got. Hardly any at all. What's in the way is the filler tube for the power steering pump. It's right in the way there. Yeah, it's coming off. It doesn't feel like it's rusted on there. I might get already cracked it. Do it with my fingers. Can't see. I'm trying not to stand in front of the camera, so it's kind of awkward for me to stand on a weird angle to do this. Just spray a little bit of lube on there. It's loose. A little shot there. Some of that from. And the whole stud's coming out. Probably even better. I have to pull that bracket all the way forward. It's awkward, there's no room. Come on, nearly there. Whew, cramp on the fingers. We've got the pump unbolted. There's one bolt that goes all the way through in the front. You've got to pull it through the radiator shroud. That's the adjusting bolt for the belt tensioner, and that's the bolt that holds the back of the bracket. So now I should be able to get a bigger pry bar and see if I can pry it loose. See if this sucker's going to come out. I've got the belt off. There it goes. There we go. One power steering pump's out. I don't know how much fluid's in it. See if I can tip it over. It's probably empty. Now it's got fluid in it. So I can't tip it on its end. Disconnect that cooler. This cooler looks like it's been replaced. It looks brand new. Low reach. Oh, come on.
Managed to ruin the race of a former world champion in the Brougham.
This AC line's going to come off. That's another way. Damn you. This AC line's bugging me. I can't get that. Come This one. There we go. Okay. It's half bolted and you couldn't get the bolts done up his head from underneath. I'm going to take it out and just check it. Yep. Got the radiator hose off too. Longer. Short ratchet. I don't know if he's got a, Ryan's not very mechanically minded, so he can fix a few things, but I don't know if he's got the arm seated correctly on the cam lobe. So I want to take it out and reinstall it, just in case he's got the underneath it and not on top of it. It's just awkward. It's just got the slide bolts. The socket's now stuck in it. Back's killing me. My back, I know I've been complaining about my feet, but my back's hurting too. And I've mentioned it before, I've got 3 discs. 3 hernia discs. It'll be good for ages, and then sometimes just like sneezing, and boom. Oh, these are damn annoying.
And that seems likely to bring the cut to President Biden's campaign for 2024. Helping those celebrating his performance on the town hall. I asked one of his inner circles what they made of his disgrace tonight. They said fantastic. Keep in mind that many people haven't seen him talk about politics and saving America. But for many people, they will have watched 17 years on television and seen the same old the same old name calling, the same old deflection and disinformation. Many of those people will have decided that they don't in fact want to form a war. Also this morning, the Bank of England is expected to raise interest rates for the 12
You can't get the socket on these. bolts because that stupid pump, the way they designed it. I need a wrench. Now people say they made the comment, oh, you can get it from underneath. Well, Ryan tried and he said there was no weight. You just can't get the wrenches on there. Somebody made a comment when I was doing mine, why don't you just take the exhaust off? Yeah, right, I'm going to pull the whole friggin' exhaust manifold out. You pull the exhaust manifold off a 50-year-old engine, how many bolts are you going to break off before that manifold comes off? Yeah, it just pumps out. I'm going to glue this gasket on too. It doesn't shift around. But yeah. I'm just going to put some glue on there so this gasket doesn't move around. Put some glue on there, let it set. Tack off.
But on example, I can say questions from voters about how we fared to run another referendum campaign and he was effectively It is so often said that it's the people of the rural counties and just a few of America's states.
Let's try this again. I'm just looking at the threads, see if Ryan didn't mess it up. It looks alright. Because you see, he was fighting this thing for days. Sorry, my head's in the way, guys. I gotta see what I'm doing here.
This happened years ago.
Up the road, a conversation with Bobby Jones. It's a reminder to anyone who might dismiss those who choose Trump. There is nuance in their decision. I'm going to say he's the man of ever. All I'm saying is that was my stand of decency. He at least did try to help keep jobs going. He did try to keep everyone safe. If he did something more, I don't agree with that. But look at what happened to it. God mercy. In a New York studio, in another world, a woman who a jury concluded was sexually assaulted by Donald Trump was already been thrown. This was the last
Backshot.
What's happening? But the women are not about me so much, it's about every woman.
Back in the place where it counts. Another conversation.
That's right. The wrong socket on there.
The entrenchment, the distrust of the other is so deep that nothing will shift views. It's a place where there is now an immunity to the unacceptable. It's a question of how sex offenders and prisons are here feels like this. After China,
why people have died more than 1,000 countries from we're ready to rise now. Now is unacceptable. We ran past the forces and rose and moved.
All security personnel, all agencies, they are firing scared fire on the people. Good. You have taken care of your people. You see what's going on right now. What do you want? We just want to release the gunfire.
After being dragged to the fortress by Pakistan's paramilitaries, the Nepal is battling another. A dark video particularly held for 8 days on corruption charges with training and political persecution.
जिस तरीके से गिरफ्तार किया गया है वो इस बात का जीतना जाता सबूत है कि सबूत ये है कि पाकिस्तान के अंदर कोई कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन
Okay, that pumps in. Bring this back a little bit. You can see. Fuel pumps in. Radiator hose is on. Now I've got to put that power steering pump back in its position. I've got to drain all the liquids out of this engine. I don't know how much is in there. I don't know how many containers I've got so I can catch it all. All buttoned up, all back together. Cooler mounted, pumps back in, belts tightened. It's got fluid in it. I put the bottle back in. So tomorrow I'm going to get some gas. Tomorrow I'm going to dump the oil out of this, but I'm going to do it in the daylight. Got to find a belt for the AC. Have to put another battery in. Batteries are dying on my GoPro. They're old. Even though I haven't used it, they're still old. So see if I can dig up a belt for this. Hopefully I've got a belt that'll fit. Like I say, otherwise I have to go and order one. He definitely wants me to get the AC working, so that's going to be another job for tomorrow. That noise you hear in the background is a timer on my battery charger. It's a clock, electric clock, clicking away. Dumped the oil out. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought that engine was still going to be full of gas, but nope. So put a new filter on it, dump some oil in there, put a battery in. I'm about to crank it. I haven't started it yet, honestly. Like, engine's cold. So whatever happens, happens while I'm videoing this. So got my little squirt bottle of gasoline to prime it. I might just see if it'll crank before I put some gas in there. Put you back in the tripod. Let's see if this old girl will turn over. Come on, let's get some. More brakes. Solenoid went out on it. Get my jumper. Solenoid. She wants to go. Got a carburetor problem. I think the float's stuck. Some white taps. Fuel pump's working, it's puking fuel out. It's a nice running little engine. Got the doors open, so and then it'll smoothen out. It's still been sitting for 5 years. Lights on. E-brakes on. I got the e-brake on. Any fluffing out the exhaust? Nope, sounds good. Well, there's nothing stopping me from driving it around the yard, so let me put some air in the tyres because the tyres are a little soft, and we'll go for a ride around the yard. Already take it for a drive. I've got to start it with the button until I switch that solenoid out. Going to leave the hood cracked so if something happens I can get under there in a hurry. Oh, the headlight's closed too. headlights in there. Can't see nothing. Washer, wiper. There they go. Down them. Brakes don't feel great. Well, McGarrett doesn't have to walk anymore. He can cruise in Hawaii in style again. Ooh. Parking brake, okay. I think it's low on transmission fluid. Just kind of revved up and did nothing. Where's my... Yeah. Transmission's not working. She did. Okay, so put the flashlight on so you guys can see. See if I can stick it to the there's nothing in here to... I'm in drive, but nothing's happening. There's nothing metal in here, god damn. Nothing to stick a magnet onto. Yeah, got reverse. Here we go. Now we got drive. Okay, let me turn the nut. I'm going to pull it back into the garage. I have a quart of F-type. Come on, girl. Yeah, it's just low on fluid. Right here. She doesn't want to move at all. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to dump a quart of fluid in here. See if that helps it a little bit. That's all I got here is a quart. Okay. Not seeing any leaks. I'm just looking to see if there's any trail of transmission fluid. I'm not seeing nothing. Get my flashlight. Yep, bone dry. I'll have to get some more fluid tomorrow. But this quart might just be enough to get it to move for tonight. put this in here, let it drip off and drain. In there. I thought of something the other day. I was looking at I've been feeding a feral cat. I put some food in the back of that 66. I thought I saw some oil containers in there. See if there's any tranny fluid amongst them. I know I saw an oil container down there. Yep. She's been, oh, she's already eaten. I just put that food out just as I started videoing about half an hour ago. She's already eaten it, so it's good. Got to be careful too. I've got to watch out for snakes. See if there's anything in that. Probably not. Yep, ATFs. Is it still ATF? Oh, I don't think it's ever been opened. It's still sealed. That's cool. Put that in there. And that was a fluke. I thought it was going to be engine oil, but it is ATF. Go and grab that dipstick. Come on, funnel. Ooh, it's a little chilly out here. It's been kind of cold for this time of year at night. Daytimes are warm, but it's still damn cold at night. I'm shivering. Okay, I'm just going to put you down for a minute. See if I can get the cap off this. I'm just going to check it, dump it out. Yep, it's ATF. This F-type is friggin' expensive now, and I mentioned that in an earlier video. At the auto parts stores now, F-type is $10 a quart. It's crazy. Walmart's the cheapest place to get it now. Put 2 quarts in, that should help it move. Okay, I'll leave that there till I start it. Gotta make sure it's in park, because the way I'm doing it, it'll start in any gear. Make sure it's in park. Keys on. Ooh, my back's killing me. I tweaked it yesterday when I was underneath this car. Let's see what happens. Gas gauge is not working, or is it? Nope. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens now. Oh yeah, thump, yep, that's good. I'll turn this light off. Yeah, she runs good so far. far so good. There's my two babies. Ryan, I spoke to Ryan yesterday. He does want me to fix the roof on it and do it like I did on the Mark III. So, but that'll be a separate video. I just want to do a video getting this car running and driving. Just going to hit the brakes. Yeah, the brakes are good. They're a little bit soft when I started up, but it's probably just the booster needed to be brought back up. Let's see if she do a burnout on the dirt. Oh yeah, she's pulling good, and it stalled. She stalled on me. Keep grabbing for the door handle like a Mark III, but it's in a different place. Right, you start her. Taillight's working. Yeah. I know he said he had a broken lens. He can't find. If anybody out there's got one of these or knows where there's some parts, Ryan is looking for the lens. It's got a hole in it. Oh, I'll just take it easy. I don't want to stall it again. Yeah, it goes into gear good. It's just low on fluid. Move. Nope. No. Sometimes you can get them to work in if you just pull the adjuster and just kind of snap it, and it gives the clock a bit of a shock. These earlier ones work on like a set of points. Sometimes if you just give them a little jolt, it's just enough to spark the points again and get them running again. The clock actually started working in the white car. Hooked the battery up, and then I heard it ticking away, and I thought, God damn, the clock's working. This is cool. Ryan had his car running again. Yeah, these brakes are not good. The pedal's all the way to the floor. I'm gonna have to bleed these brakes for him. Working windows. Yeah. SD card was full, I had to switch it out. So it runs and drives. Pretty cool. Ride's nice, but I definitely got to look at the brakes. I pulled it in and just had my foot on the brake, and then slowly the pedal went right down to the floor. So I think he's still got air in it. He said it was really spongy when he got it, because the owner before him had put that master cylinder on. So, and I don't know if Ryan bled them properly, because he said he bled them, but he said they came back but they still felt weird. So I'm gonna bleed them again. They're probably empty. I haven't even looked in there. It's been sitting for 5 years, you know, it could have dried out. Let's see. No, they're full. Yeah, he's got air in the system. So I'll do that next. That's for the next video. So this video was just getting it up and running. I've got another solenoid up here, because in the gold car Martin thought the solenoid was bad, but it wasn't. So there's nothing wrong with this one. He replaced the solenoid in this car just before I brought that gold car. I'm trying to. Oh, it was the ground neutral safety switch was bad. It wasn't the solenoid. So I'll throw that one in. It's the same one. It's a Ford unit. And slowly get there, and then got to tear all this vinyl off, what's left of it. He wants me to sand this down and do the same as what I did with my car. Look how much dust and dirt. All this here is from in here. I run the blaster in there and blast all that crap, all that dust in here and under here. Oh, well, at least he's got a running driving car again. So that's it for tonight, guys. That's it on this episode. Next episode will be just cleaning it up, and I'll show you what it looks like with the top done. Just look a little bit better. And I got to put the hubcap back on. It's got 3 extended valve steams, and it's got one shorty on it, so I had to whip the cap off to get the air in there, because these tyres only had like 10 pound in them. So I'll get that hubcap put back on. Get the air cleaner back on. Might give it a little bit of tune up. I've got a timing light on it. Just give her a good tune. It fires right up. And it runs nice. So, okay, on to the next episode.